is Pavan. I'm the trainer. So give me 4 minutes time. 8:25. I will start the demo. Okay. Thank you.
So guys, you guys are audible? Yes or no? Can you please respond? You guys are able to hear my voice or not?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay. 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 Cool. So, okay. So guys, can you please tell me, you guys, Deepak, Naveen, and Sauvik Das. So you guys are currently working, or you guys are students?
My name is Naveen. I'm working currently.
Okay. On which technology you are currently working on?
I'm working in automation testing, but we are using the Scala and yeah, IntelliJ. So yeah, this platform.
Okay. So you know what is Hadoop and all these things. You have an idea. So you are working on this Hadoop Hive, this Hadoop ecosystems you have working.
No, I know I don't have any
Naveen.
idea on Hadoop. No, I don't have any idea on Hadoop. Just I am familiar with ERP products, and just recently, past 1 year, I am working this Scala environment. But I have some coding scripting knowledge, but I don't have any other knowledge and Hadoop ones. That's all.
Okay. Sauvik Das, you are a PG student. Okay. So Deepak, am I audible now? Deepak, am I audible? Yes or no? Sauvik Das worked in JSF JPA web development in a product company. Okay. But you said you are a PG student, Sauvik Das? Oh, already previously you have worked in. Okay, no problem. So Deepak, are you able to hear my voice now? Yes or no? Deepak, are you there? Can you please respond through chat? Okay. Okay, guys, I will start the session. So first of all, today I will so before going to explain about all this big data, Hadoop, and all these things, first of all, I want to introduce myself. I am Pawan. So I have total 10 years IT experience. Out of 10 years, I have total 6 years into big data, Hadoop, and Spark. Currently, I am working in one leading software company, working as a team lead. So currently I'm working as a team lead. Okay. So now I will start this demo. So before going to big data and Hadoop, first of all, I want to discuss about data. So can you please tell me what is data? What is the definition of data? Any idea, guys? Any idea what is data? Any simple definition? Yeah, you can unmute yourself and you can give the answer.
Anything we can describe that we need some information. There's a data.
Exactly. Basically, data is an information. Suppose, for example, this information is related to customer. This information it is related to order. This information it is related to item, one item. Okay, that is suppose for example, you want to purchase one TV. For that TV, you have some information, TV data. Okay, TV serial number. So what are the what are the items are related to about to TV? So this about information we call it as data. But nowadays we call it as a currency. Why we call it as a data is currency? I will give few examples. Suppose for example, those who are maintaining lots of data, they are millionaires. They are millionaires and billionaires. For example, Amazon people are maintaining lots of users data. For example, if you want to use Amazon app, first of all you want to register into that particular app. Suppose for example you need to provide your personal information like either email address or phone number. That should be mandatory. Once you have registered, after that you want to, I mean to say, you want to purchase some items and you have performed some I mean to say you have performed some transactions, that all the information they are maintaining. Once you have purchased any item, after that you have given the delivery address also. Am I right? Your current address also you have mentioned in that particular Amazon app. That meaning you are giving your personal information. You are providing your personal information. So here you are providing your personal information as well as you are spent some amount, that is called it as transaction. Yes or no? I'm wrong, I'm right? So am I right or not? So here we are spending some amount and we are giving some amount to Amazon people. Amazon, those who are maintaining Amazon. That is the first example. And the second one is nowadays in India, we are using Swiggy app. The same procedure we can follow for the Swiggy app. You can register, you can order food items, you have spent some amount also. There also you need to give your delivery address. So nowadays Swiggy also it is growing day by day very fast, right? That is the second one. And the third one is Uber or Ola. They are also maintaining a lots of data. So they are also, those people are having also lots of data. So those apps are having more data. They are 100% millionaires and billionaires. This is the first example. Now the second example. The second example is Geo. By using Geo, what type of data we got? Mobile data. This time it's a mobile data. That is the first one. This mobile data we have purchased. Suppose for example, every 3 months, you have renewed. Hello, guys, any doubts? Naveen, Sauvik Das, any doubts? Deepak. Okay. So by using Geo, we have purchased, you are using Geo SIM. Suppose for example, you have taken Geo SIM. For that SIM, you can spend some amount, that is 699 rupees for 3 months. Every month you got a 2 GB data. That is related to mobile data. For that data also you have spent some amount. Am I right or not? So that's why nowadays data is currency. That is the second example. Suppose the third example is, suppose you have booked a ticket for a movie Saho by using Book My Show app. Your show time is 4:45 p.m. Okay. Suppose, for example, you have reached to that particular mall 4:30 p.m. And after that, before entering into that particular mall, what happened? You have one security check is done. After security check is completed, again you have go to fourth floor or fifth floor, your screens are there, again one more security check also done. Once this security check is completed, you have entered into that particular screens. So initially few people are came to your place and they can offer one form. I don't know how many people are observed or not. In that mall, in that form, we have total 4 fields are there: your name, address, mobile number, and email ID. 4 fields are there. Suppose, for example, if you can fill that form and again you can give it back to those who are offered to you, after 15 days or 30 days or 45 days, suddenly you got a call from ICICI Bank and sir, we are offering a lifetime credit card for you, but you don't have any current, I mean to say savings account, current, you are not maintaining any savings account, current account, and salary account, personal loan, home loan, car loan, demat account. That meaning uh, ICICI don't have your data, but still you got a call from ICICI Bank. They said we are offering a lifetime credit card for you. How they know your number? That is the first example. That is the third. In the third example, that is the first one. The second one is in Hyderabad location. There are topmost institute, Hadoop institutes are high 5 institutes are there. Suppose you have contacted to only the top 2 institutes. The remaining 3 institutes, you got a message and a call. How they know your number? Whenever you have filled that particular form, in that form you have given the complete personal information you have provided. So in that details, simply they can sell your personal data and they got money. So that is also related to data only. So that's why nowadays we call it as data is currency. Up to this point, is it clear, everyone? All of you, everyone is clear? Okay. Okay, guys, can you please respond the remaining folks also, Naveen, Deepak, and Ajit? So can you please respond through chat? Okay, so that I can know you guys are clear or not. Okay. So next one. Suppose, for example, I want to give few more details about data. After 1970s, the data is very less. It is in the form of KB. What is the meaning of KB? It's a kilobytes. Suppose you 4 members are studying BTech 4th year CSC. So in your college for 4th year BTech CSC, three group, I mean to say 3 sections are there: A, comma B, comma C. Each section contains 60 students. So total how many students are there? 180 students are there. So for each and every data, we need to do 2 things. First one is processing and second one is storage. How we can process and how we can storage. Here I can use Excel sheets. Here I can use Excel sheets. By using Excel sheets, I want to store the data, I can process the data. All these things I can perform by using Excel sheets only. After 1980s, the data is much more bigger. It is in the form of MB. So how we can process the data? By using a programming language or technology like Java, .NET. And we can store the data into RDBMS, that is Relational Database Management System, like MySQL, SQL, SQL Server, everything. Okay, etc. After 1990s, the data is much more bigger. It is in the form of GB. What is the full form of GB? It's a gigabytes. So how we can process the data? By using MS BI or Oracle BI apps, and you can store the data into Netezza, Teradata, and Vertica. These are the databases we can use. But after 2000, the data is day by day it is increasing. Now the data should be, it is in the form of TBs, terabytes, PBs, petabytes, ZBs, zettabytes, YBs, yottabytes, and EBs, yottabytes. Day by day, the data is size is increasing. We call it as a huge volume of data. Huge volume of data. This huge volume of data, we call it as a big data. This is big data. What is big data? Big data is a problem statement. For every problem statement, we have a solution. That solution name, we call it as Hadoop. Hadoop is a technology. Is it clear, guys? What is big data? Big data, it is nothing but it's a problem statement. So for that problem statement, we have one solution. That solution name, we call it as Hadoop. That is called it as Hadoop. So up to this, everyone, is it clear, guys? Everyone, is it clear? Okay. Okay, cool. Now we have a why RDBMS cannot handle huge volume of data and why only Hadoop will handle huge volume of data. Here we have two things are there. First one is vertical scaling, and the second one is, first one is vertical scaling and the second one is horizontal scaling. What is the meaning of scaling? Anyone having any idea? Exactly so with us. RDBMS cannot handle unstructured and semi-structured data. That is one thing. And also here we have one more concept, is called it as nodes. What is that nodes? First of all, what is a scaling? Scaling, it is nothing but add or remove components. Suppose in our vertical scaling, suppose this is vertical scaling. In this vertical scaling, we have one system. Only we have one system. Adding more nodes. Yes, so with us. Exactly. You are right. So vertical scaling means stuffing a lot of features in a particular machine. So suppose, for example, this is, I have one machine. In this system, I have CPU. In this CPU, I have few components are there. That is nothing but RAM. And this is hard disk. And this is the processor. At the time of initial purchase of this system, the RAM configuration is, the system configuration is RAM is 4 GB, hard disk is 500 GB, and your processor is 5 gigahertz. After a few days, the data size is increased from 500 GB to 2 terabytes. At the time of increasing your data, you need to increase your RAM size from 4 GB to 8 GB, your hard disk size from 500 GB to 2 terabytes, and your processor also you can increase from 5 gigahertz to 7 gigahertz. Suppose, for example, after few days, after few months, the data size got increased from 2 terabytes to 10 terabytes. But for one single system, we have some limitations are there. Up to we can add 4 terabytes to 6 terabytes, for example. After that, we can't add. So that's why vertical scaling, we cannot handle huge volume of data. Okay. Now coming to horizontal scaling. In this horizontal scaling, suppose, for example, you want to process, suppose 4 terabytes of data. Initially, I have 4 CPUs are there. 4 CPUs, it is nothing but 4 systems. By using 4 systems, I have successfully processed 4 terabytes of data. But in in our real-time scenario, each CPU, we call it as each node, node 1, node 2, node 3, and node 4. We have total 4 nodes are there. Suppose, for example, after few months, the data got increased. I mean to say the data size increased from 4 terabytes to 8 terabytes. Then you need to add few more nodes. That is 4 more nodes you want to add. This is the advantage in horizontal scaling. All nodes are connected to one single network, that is call it as cluster. That is call it as cluster. This is interview question. In interview also, interview persons will ask how many number of nodes cluster you are using. So I am using eight nodes of cluster I am using in my current project. Facebook is using 30,000 node cluster, and Google is using 20,000 node cluster. You can imagine how much data they are processing and storage, Facebook and Google. Suppose if you can take Facebook, not only Facebook contains nowadays WhatsApp and in Instagram also. Facebook only. Facebook, suppose for example, if you can open WhatsApp from Facebook, you got option like from Facebook. In Instagram also you can do the same thing. So nowadays so many millions of people are using these apps, and also daily they are uploading videos, uh, photos, likes, shares, comments, create a page, all these types of data, it should be there. So that's why they are using this many number of nodes cluster in Facebook and Google. So Hadoop follows horizontal scaling. Up to this point, everyone, is it clear, guys? Everyone is clear? What is advantage of more nodes in a particular cluster? See, more nodes, it is nothing but if you have more nodes, you can process more data. That is the advantage. Okay, suppose if your cluster contain 100 nodes, you can process easily 5 petabytes data or 10 petabytes data. If your nodes size is increasing, your processing data also increasing. If you have more clusters, won't that be better? More cluster means, see, for every project we can use only one cluster. We have only one cluster. In that cluster we have number of nodes. Okay, suppose if you want not more clusters, you can add more number of nodes. All nodes are configured to all nodes are connected to one single network. That is called it as cluster. Okay, clear, guys? Up to this point, everyone, is it clear? Ajit, Deepak, Naveen, guys, can you please respond so that I know it? Okay, yeah, thank you. So now next one. So a particular project, a company, only one cluster. They are using only one cluster, but nodes should be different for project to project. Suppose in my company I am using a 70 node cluster, but in your company you are using 50 node cluster. That should be depends on your data. That should be depends on your data only, data size. Okay. Now next one. So next one is, now we are talking about RDBMS versus Hadoop. So by using Hadoop, suppose for example, by using RDBMS, we can process and store what type of data? Only we can process structured data. Am I right or not? By using RDBMS, we can process structured data only. But by using Hadoop, we can process both structured data, unstructured data, and semi-structured data. Everything we can process by using Hadoop. 1 minute. So guys, can you please give me the examples of structured data? Anyone having any examples? Structured data.
It's Oracle,
Structured data.
SQL.
Structured data is, see, structured data, it is nothing but tables. Tables data. Structured data, it is nothing but tables data. CSV data. Text data. This is human readable format. This is human readable format. Next one is semi-structured data. In this semi-structured data, XML, JSON, PARQ, log files, ORC, sequence. Okay, so these are the examples. And what are the unstructured data? Images, videos, audio files. Okay, chart messages. All are under unstructured data. Okay, now next we can use a Spark. By using Spark, we can process all this data, structured, semi-structured, unstructured, and as well as streaming data. What are the examples of streaming data? Any idea, guys, for streaming data? What is streaming data? It is nothing but live data. Live data, exactly. So suppose examples is Uber, Ola, Swiggy, stock market, ESPN, Cricinfo. Okay, all are coming under streaming data. Whenever you can process streaming data, here one more component we can use, that is Kafka. Okay, so by using Spark, you can process machine learning data by using Spark MLIs, machine learning libraries. Sir, would you able to cover Spark with Scala in this course? Yes, Savikas, I can cover. Okay, so now this is completed. So what types of data we can process? We can easily understand. Now coming to Hadoop. In which year Hadoop is introduced into the market? First of all, who introduced this Hadoop? Duck cutting is introduced in the year 2005. In the year 2005. Okay, so by using Hadoop follows master-slave architecture. Hadoop follows master-slave architecture. This is the first one. In this Hadoop also we can do two things: processing and storage. Initially for processing we can use MapReduce programming. This can be developed by Java. This MapReduce programs we can develop by using Java. Okay, so here we have we can process structured and semi-structured data. Okay, so here we have two phases are there: mapper and reducer. Mapper phase and reducer phase are there. And where you can store the data on top of HDFS. What is the full form of HDFS? Hadoop Distributed File System. So everything should be a file. But if you can observe one thing, here by using MapReduce programming, you should know Java. But how many people are knows Java? Out of 100 people, only 50 to 20%. The remaining people doesn't know what is Java, and they know how to write a queries. In 2008 year, Facebook is introduced one component called it as Hive. By using Hive, you can process a structured and semi-structured data. And how we can process? You can write a SQL query. It's a SQL layer. But here with the reference of MapReduce only. Here with the reference of MapReduce only. In the same 2008 year, Yahoo is introduced Pig. Pig is a data flow language. By using Pig, we can process structured and unstructured data. What? Unstructured data. Now, these are all Hadoop components, MapReduce, HDFS, Hive, Pig, all are Hadoop ecosystems. But in the same year, 2008 years, Cloudera is introduced into the market. It's a distributor. Cloudera distributor. Okay, why we are using Cloudera distributor? I mean to say, suppose for example, before Microsoft Windows, suppose if you want to install Excel sheets or WordPad, anything if you want to install, what you need to do? Just you want to install each and every component individually. But once Microsoft Windows comes into the picture, if you can buy Microsoft Windows, you can install that Microsoft Windows into your system. Then what happened, guys? If you can go to start, everything should be available. MS Windows, MS Word, all are available, right? Just you want to purchase a MS Windows. The same thing, Cloudera distribution. Cloudera distribution. If you want Cloudera distribution, if you can contact to Cloudera distribution, boss, I need a 10 node cluster. So you need to spend some amount for that 10 node cluster. They will provide, along with the cluster, they will provide Hadoop environment. See here, this is my Cloudera cluster. This is single node cluster. In this single node cluster, I have all components. I have a Hive, I have a HBase, I have a Scoop, I have a Pig, I have a Spark, I have a HBase. Everything should be available. You no need to install separately. This is called it as Hadoop Cloudera distribution. This is Hadoop Cloudera distribution. Is it clear, guys? Is it clear, everyone? Everyone, is it clear? Naveen, Deepak, Datre, Ajit, everyone, is it clear? Can you please respond, guys? Ajit and Deepak also. Okay, now coming to we will also install such a VM in our practicing? No need to install, guys. I want to provide one cluster, this cluster. Suppose if you join this training, I will give this cluster. This is my own cluster. I have purchased this cluster from CloudX Lab team. So I will provide this credential details to everyone. You no need to install anything. Okay. Now, so now coming to this training part. So I want to classify I mean to say classification. I mean to say I have divided this entire training into two parts. First one is Hadoop training. In this Hadoop training, I will give first of all Linux commands. Next one is HDFS commands. Next one is Hadoop architecture. In this Hadoop architecture, 1.x, 2.x, MapReduce program, I will cover. Next, Scoop hands-on, Hive hands-on, Pig hands-on, HBase hands-on, and Woozy. Woozy is a scheduler. Once it is completed, I can start Spark training. In this Spark training, I can use Scala. Once it is completed, Spark Core. In this Spark Core, we have a RDDs. In this RDDs, I want to cover transformations and actions and Spark SQL. In this data frames and data sets, and Spark streaming. In the Spark streaming, and Kafka and Flow. Once it is completed, I will give the project explanation. Interview questions I will share. I will help out in a resume preparation also. I will help out. And also, if you guys are okay, I will take one mock interview. This mock interview should be video based. Okay. Any question? The course duration is total 2 months, but I will try to complete this in 45 days. Any questions? Can you please ask?
Pawan, just I would
Sir,
like
I am
to
a yeah,
know,
carry
do we
on.
need any prior knowledge to take this course?
Naveen, before taking this, you need to know about SQL queries, and that's it. SQL queries only, if you know, that's better.
You mentioned the Scala. Scala, you're going to be covered perspective of analytics, like in Hadoop point of view, or this is going to be the web development also including in Scala? That is going to be different, isn't it? Or
See, I want to cover only the Scala concepts. I don't want to give any web development, all these things. I don't want to cover anything. Just I want to give the Scala knowledge. What is Scala? In that Scala, what are the different types of variables, val and var? And the next one is how we can create a functions, how we can define a functions, what are the different types of functions, how to create a traits, how to write a case class. All this concept I want to cover in this Scala part. That's it. Okay, clear, Naveen?
yeah, okay, got it.
Sir, I'm a
So
Java
the
developer, and that is I
Yeah,
wanted to
yeah.
move into the big data. So, is it a good thing? Yeah, that is if suppose if I'm moving into that in the big data, so which that is the Java itself is better? Yeah, that is the yeah, big data. Which one nowadays in the market is going up? So I
Yeah,
think both are
if
the
you are
different
good,
things.
see,
Yeah, hello.
whenever, yeah. Ajit, are you able to hear my voice?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, Ajit, if you know Java, 100% you can learn big data, Spark, and Hadoop. That's very, it's very much beneficiary for your career, because you can easily, you can, yeah, if you can change domain from Java to big data, it's 100%. It is very good domain, and also you
Yeah,
can earn more package. Now suppose, for
yeah,
example, your experience is 4 years and you are earning lakhs. Once you have
yeah,
completed this training and you got a job, and after that you can directly go to 14 to 16 lakhs. Okay, so
yeah,
nowadays
yeah, yeah. Agree.
opportunities are good on top of Scala, Spark, and all these things. Yeah, that is the if you can learn, that is okay. Okay. Wait, Savik, I will tell you. Okay. And one more thing, Deepak is asked one question: which project will be part of our training? Whatever the project I have currently I'm working on, that project I will give you. Okay, Deepak, it is a retail marketing. It's a retail domain. That retail domain project I will cover in this training. Okay, that is the
Sir,
secondary.
whatever you
Second,
sir,
go
whatever
ahead,
project
Ajit.
you will in classroom, whatever you will discuss in the regarding project. So can I show in the market while looking for the job? it that is
Yeah, yeah.
some experience.
Yes, you
So
can do it.
how much experience I can show in the market?
So
मतलब just
you have how many? Wait.
नहीं,
How many
total I
years
have
of experience?
more than 10 years. More than 10 years I have
More
experience in the Java. 10 years.
No,
मतलब that
can
is
you
11 years it's going on.
Okay, you have total 11 years experience. So out of
Yes.
11 years, you can put 3.5 years into big data.
Okay.
Okay, 3.5 years or 4 years into big data. That's better. That's okay. Not more than that. Okay. Now coming to Souvik Das, why require pig when we already using Spark SQL? Your question is 100% right, Souvik Das, but just it's a part of Hadoop ecosystem. Nowadays no one is using MapReduce, but still we know what is Hadoop architecture 1.x 2.x and how to execute a MapReduce program, that we need to learn. And that the same way how to execute pig queries and how to write a pig queries, just it's a 1 hour class, not more than that. We are not spending more time on pig, just it's a glance of pig how we can execute all these things. Okay, sir, can you help if I interested in card and payment domain badge? So currently I don't have much more knowledge in that, but 100% I will help you. Whatever the knowledge I have, definitely I will share it. It's not a problem. Any other questions? Okay. For building foundation, we are doing the details of Hadoop. We are basically exactly how it does. Yes. Okay, Deepak.
So the class
Any other
timings are the evening, or it's going to be changed?
No. Evening only. It's evening itself. Why you are looking for morning?
No. Just I want to ask, like, I'm taking some other course in the morning, so just want to, like, know exactly the timing so that I can plan myself.
What time?
Thank you.
What timing in the morning you are taking the classes?
Morning, I'm taking the data science with
What time?
Susmita madam.
What time you are taking?
7:30 to 8:30.
Okay. So all are interested to join in this training. Ajit, Deepak, Souvik Das, and Naveen. Can you please confirm? Or any other? Can we have a recorded session? Yes, Deepak. But they will provide only for 6 months. After 6 months, you don't have any access to read the recordings. You cannot access those recordings. Only for 6 months you have to allow. If you can request, they can extend it for 2 to 3 months also. Okay, any other questions, guys? Guys, if you don't have any questions, I think sir, main query is cost of Hadoop training. Okay, I am fine, thanks. Yeah, tell me, Deepak, what is your issue with the cost of Hadoop? Can you please tell me? Ajit, I wanted no. Okay, this is total 18,000 this course training. Total 18,000 for this training, Deepak. Okay. So guys, 1 minute. Guys, 1 minute. Can you please share your email IDs once, if possible? Can you please share your email IDs as well as your mobile numbers, if possible?
This link when I activated, so we provided already mobile number and email address. So already anyway, I'm taking the course. So they have my details as well.
Okay, no problem. Okay, Ajit, provide your phone number, Ajit. Okay, 1 minute, guys. And Deepak? Okay, anyway, okay, guys, thank you so much. So tomorrow we will meet at 8 o'clock. Okay, thank you. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.